Alright, I think I am live and also the sound should be working fine. Okay, sounds good. So, hello everyone and welcome to just a random episode of a new thing. I mean, V-Rising has been going on for a week or two at this point. The numbers are looking absolutely astounding, which makes me really happy for the company that made them, the studio that made them, because their previous two games, Blood Rights and Bloodline Champions, I believe, were just very solid, very well structured, super cool, sweet PvP system, and yet they never had a chance to take off. So I'm actually super happy to hear that this game is doing absolutely destroying the charts, I guess. I know they reached like 1,000,005 or 2 million already in days after release, so super happy for them. I've played it on my own, of course. I know sort of what I'm doing at this point, but I wanted to start over at a new place and a new server that I may or may not disclose later at some point, at a PvP server at that, and it's one that's gonna be limited to, at worst, I think, duos, right? So maybe if I make a friend in the server we can team up, but otherwise I will be alone, and at least I kinda guess that I won't get ganked by a group of 20 people while I'm trying to be out there farming. First of all, of course, we have to create our own character. And what I'm missing... There we go. Is the randomization button. So this game actually has a pretty cool thing during its character creation, if you don't want to pay too much attention. Eye color was the incorrect thing, I didn't want to press that. Is that you're allowed to lock in certain features, like hairstyle, for example, and hair color, and then keep rolling on the others until you are more and more convinced. I like the skin color at this point. I think face is also quite okay, but I don't like the beard. Oh, this I like more. Alright. So I'm basically creating a night elf Bakira from World of Warcraft a long time ago, a rogue, and we are ready to go. Okay. So for anyone that doesn't know about the game is a survival crafting game. Someone made a character, did not even bother leaving the starting area. It is a survival crafting game with very neat systems. It uses the PvP, or rather the combat system of their previous two games, enhanced with whatever new things have come by. It also uses a gear system, crafting system, leveling system based on gear, so you're not actually having to farm XP. But they have done some very, very smart choices on how to deal with things. Right away, for most people that do not know the games from this company, instead of having a dash button, what you have is an attack, actually, or rather a skill, bound to the spacebar, I guess. That makes it easier for some people. Where it already contains certain things that you need to care about. For example, the first dash that is available to you has a cooldown, of course, of 8 seconds, but while you are dashing, you are immune to damage, and for a little bit after, your first attack within a certain timer will drain life. Another very known thing by this company is the counters. The counters are usually well-timed abilities that you have to take care of. Let's, in the meantime, try to cope with the tutorial. And there's another particularity in this game, that healing is not really quite a thing. It is possible to heal. There are some healing abilities. In fact, you usually start with most of them. I think there are 3 more that you can collect over the way. But not only is healing extremely limited in this game, you are not able to heal more than 20% of the health you have dropped to. So, for example, if you get hit enough to drop to 80% health, you can still heal back up to full normally. If you've been dropped to 20% health, you can only heal back to 40% within the same combat. So of course, if you leave combat and use normal healing methods, you can then go back up to 100. But during combat, damage dealt, damage secured, actually makes a lot of difference. And this is important to evaluate on when to retreat, when to actually heal, when to not take hits in the face like I just did, and when to use certain abilities. So it may be cool to be able to dash every 8 seconds, but if you're full health and you don't really need to heal back up to full, then it's a good idea to trade a hit or two with the opponent in order to ascertain that advantage. Then once you are down, a few hits, a hit or two let's say, just to 90% health, you can use the dash to dodge something, hit an enemy, and then basically heal back to full. So the game begins you in an area that is secluded from everyone else. It's basically your tutorial area. Enemies will respawn in this game, so even bosses, you don't need to be afraid of permanently using something that you're never gonna be able to get back. So that's not gonna be a problem. Counter, the initial counter also heals you, so that's that cool thing. And then there's also an R skill that I usually bind some sort of projectile into. The way the system works in total is that there are up to 3 weapon abilities, which of course depend on the weapon you're using, including the attack. The attack may have special conditions or special triggers, like the first attack of a dagger may do something cooler when using another ability and so on. Wait, you know what? Before we jump in, let me explain some other stuff. The 3 abilities will depend on the tier of your weapons. When you reach the last tier of weapons, you are able to use all abilities, and this will allow you to customize your character in half, right? The other half is obtained through the J menu, are abilities that we will have to unlock by killing and draining certain bosses, and they will allow us to customize which travel ability we want, so dodges in general, and then freely 2 more. They could be projectiles, they could be 2 counters, they could be 2 AoE spells, they could be 2 whatever you want, mix and match, whatever makes you feel best, and that's what you're able to do after killing some bosses. Now it is time for us to join the place, join the game, and join the map. This is a one. Am I getting shot? Yeah. This is a one map shared with everyone, so it is understandable why a PvP game would then have certain restrictions or certain I have to some enemies or certain things to pay attention to, including where do you plan your own base. Bases can be assaulted. But it's not that easy, so you don't need to worry immediately about it. Animal hide, okay. And I personally prefer the left side. I have actually not used the right side of the start, but I know that there are some very cool positions here over the left. The map will always be the same. I think they did a great job at populating the map with enough spaces and good ideas. My map rotated? What's going on? There we go. So that you can find always what you want. I'm very happy that I waited for the night because I want that discussion to be something to be a surprising detail for everyone once the day comes. Okay, so I missed which day it is in. I know I have joined a server midway, so we're not gonna find all the empty spaces or there may be people with way too much gear for me to handle at the moment, so I'll try to be careful. But I do have my preferred locations and I will start exploring them, see if I can find something cool, if I can get what I need. There are some very simple systems on farming and gathering. As long as you have a weapon, you can attack. Things do have durability, they can be repaired easily, especially if you have the materials that costed them to make. And then you may encounter things that you don't want to fight yet in the middle of the path. So right now we are looking for animals, and as you can see already, there is a castle already claimed here. One of my first locations ever, also claimed by someone else. Very good. But we are not gonna stop here anyway. I see I'm already in a dubious area. I have this problem where I need to find some wildlife, and we cannot seem to find any. Alright. Another very important aspect of this game is blood. I mean, after all, we are vampires, and the blood that we suck out of NPCs in particular will have a quality and a type. In this case, I'm draining Rogue at a 3% quality, which is extremely low. But every time you drain from someone, you heal all your blood back to full, and blood is what allows you to do some tricks, heal in general out of combat, and survive as a whole throughout the game. This is what I wanted. Wolves. In particular, wolves have a creature typing, which is very good, especially at the start, so I'm gonna take it right now. You can be hit while draining blood, so it's not free. But I know the damage would have been so low that I just... You can also choose not to drain fully and just kill a unit that is below a third of health. There we can see someone else's castle, so we're gonna ignore this portion. But what we wanted the most out of those wolves is animal leather. Animal leather, of course, useful to craft armor and eventually to do a lot of things. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna look for places to raid, accumulate some important early game things, and then we'll be out. We can claim now this reward. What is the next one? Craft craft an axe. Can we craft the axe while we're fighting? We can craft the axe while fighting. Okay. Oh, he missed. But the bow didn't miss. Good. See, as you can see, as long as I keep myself healthy, I am able to heal back to full, which is indicated by the black stripe of my health bar, in comparison to a grey stripe of health bar that would happen if I were to drop too low. Alright, so we killed some humans. There's a brute. Brute is good. But we already have our axe, and we have a tutorial to complete. So let's chop some lumber here. As I see the castles up there, our idea is to actually go through this area and mostly ignore it, and continue north. There is an area in the north that I personally like, and if I get to settle there, I can use my anti-PvP timer then maybe to succeed in planting my own castle. And for now, we are asked to craft some gathering materials and also to smash rocks, craft trees. The tutorial is not entirely annoying or useless. It does teach you what you have to do, but in general it also unlocks recipes that you cannot obtain otherwise. So it's a good idea to go through it, at least as long as it is part of what you want to do. And then later on you can obviously start doing what you want, when you want. The good thing about this game is that in general materials are all kind of needed. Even later on, stone and wood are continuously needed as well. So it's not like doing this basic early stuff is bad for us and we should be skipping it. In fact, I'm gonna grab a little bit of extra stone. And off we go. Okay, so I see this castle, there's nothing we can do about it. Maybe we can grab the sulfur, we cannot. Got it. Okay. So I see multiple castles actually, that's fine. All we are looking for is a good place that's situated between different things that we want to farm. That will be ideal. We will see if we are lucky later on and we get to find the one I like. Sadly for me, the one I like is actually in a very dangerous spot. So first of all, I'm going to try to unlock as many vampire waygates as I can in case I die. I'll be able to respawn at the waygate. And if I'm lucky, maybe even recover my items and materials. So for now, I'm going to do a little bit of sprinting. We only have 18 more minutes of free PvP. And I certainly don't want the starting resources that I have in my hand right now to be lost to me exploring the wrong area. So that's actually a bunch of fishes over there. Good to know. If I ever care about fishing, that's a place I could go and visit. Okay, I believe, yes, now we have unlocked this way gate. My weapon of choice probably will be the mace. I've gotten quite used to it. So if I get to obtain some cool recipes, I will just do that. More walls, always good. Animal hides. Eventually they do accumulate to a ridiculous number, but it is not that time yet. So where are we? Right where I wanted. Good. Okay, so we see another castle has been taken here. I am trying to reach this location. We will see if everything goes fine. I already see loot here, but there's something quite funny about this game. NPCs do have factions. So it is not uncommon to see undead fighting the living, or hunters, poachers fighting beasts, or golems even fighting anything they see. So the loot that you find on the way may not just be from another player, it could absolutely be part of the normal world. Is this a giant castle? Yes it is. So someone has claimed this area entirely, that is fine by me. Not exactly where I wanted to be. So what this person could do, which I hope they haven't done, is put all of his servants as a toll gate, so that anyone trying to cross this territory would get attacked and maybe even killed. But of course that is quite risky, because after all, NPCs could just die. Alright, so in a regular game, this would not be entirely recommended if you're doing normal progression, because of course this is a higher level area, so I am risking quite a bit by going here. But it lets me show all of you one of my preferred locations. Of course, if you find which server I am in, you'll be able to attack me freely and without consequence, but that is perfectly fine. Something to expect out of PvP games, of course, is that you get killed. This server, if I'm correct, yes, has blood-bound items, and what this means is any item that you are equipping that is blood-bound will not be lost upon death. That is actually the meaning of blood-bound. Took me a little bit to catch what it means, but that is, and that means that if we get to craft cool armor, cool gear, cool potions, maybe, I don't know, and they are bloodbound, then we can take them out for a spin, or go for a ride, and we are not afraid to lose them. If I'm not mistaken, all of these people here will be able to kill me very quickly, so I am just gonna distract them, dash through them, make their attacks go to the wrong places, because this game is quite commitment heavy in terms of attack animations and positioning. Usually NPCs will not have tracking functions. There are some attacks that they do have, that they do track. This one I want to be. Oh, it's already taken. Oh, that is sad. It's actually taken by 2 people apparently. So 4. Up to 4 people. Okay. So once I lose this people hunting me, I will find myself a new place maybe. Okay, let's see. So this is the place I wanted. It is taken indeed by 2 different groups, and that will be it for me. I could go here. I will check south here, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be taken. It is quite a prime real estate. Never knew what this is for. And as a reminder for everyone, we are vampires. And of course, when the sun rises and the daylight comes, there's a very cool mechanic embedded into the game. And that is that shadows are realistically calculated to burn me when I'm not hiding in them. So it is possible to daywalk as a vampire, There are even ways to increase your sun resistance, I'm not joking. But in general, you want to stick to the shadows. Is this place not taken for real? I thought so. Why would the map not tell me? There we go. Okay, that makes way more sense. So now that's a bunch of places taken. We'll go up north, see what we find on our own. I'm starting to feel a little bit afraid that I won't find a place for myself. That would be a little bit sad. So that means I joined the server way too late. Still have 12 minutes of anti-PvP, which is pretty good. This area, if I remember correctly, is an absolute nightmare to even start doing things in, because there are very strong undead and very strong anti-undead meeting basically over here. So that's quite the danger. But I'm gonna try to circumvent this area. There's even garlic over there. Am I already getting garliced? No. Garlic also a thing in the game, as of course as we are vampires and vampire lore determines so. Garlic exposure will weaken us and make us take more damage and deal less damage on our own. Okay, so I could set up here, but it's really rocky. I won't be able to create a good layout for my castle. But wherever I go, it's all taken. Kill this wolf. Where is still available for me? Maybe this place? I'm gonna try. Also, I have not played yet online PvP, which means I don't really know the rules on what happens to castles. If people quit the game, if they have abandoned. So for now I'm just gonna walk around, see what I can do. And I guess maybe we're gonna learn about the game together. Maybe. My mind is already done. Attack level 2 level. Fine. Is this whole place water? That's a shame. I would have liked to take it. It doesn't even have fish. I thought about claiming the area around it for my own purposes, but there's not even fish. What is the point? Well, I'm gonna keep going around, checking nooks and crannies, corners that may not be optimal to have anymore. But if I get to be at a place, that's already gonna make me happy. Another problem that I'm having is that I'm currently going so far away from the starting area that any farm is gonna be super difficult at the start. But hey, don't feel like we get a lot of choice right now. This is also covered by water, which is a shame for me. Now I'm considering some of the more distant places, which would be a really big shame. Would make it really hard to go out to farm anything. I'm already seeing iron ore when I haven't even mined any copper. Okay. This area is also covered by enemies. Whew, that's tricky. Where can I even possibly go? Maybe I'll return to the starting area. This is very brutal. I mean, we haven't met anyone yet, so I don't really know how many active people are there. I'm gonna check on the side. Maybe I can steal a horse quickly. It would be kinda useful to have a horse to go around right now. Like, all of these people are super strong, so I should avoid them, that's for sure. And when I mean super strong, I literally just mean their gear level average. As it is more than 10 levels above mine, I only see militia as an enemy and a score, which basically says, yeah, you're not gonna see how hard these people are. once again, garlic protected areas usually have good loot, and particularly cotton farms are great. And soon the night will come again. So of course in this game night and day are reversed in cycles that normally will be in other games, in the sense that night is way longer, which is the normal daytime for us, right? That's how we are supposed to think about it. I cannot settle here, that's actually NPCs. This whole place is also taken. Wow. Yeah, at this point I don't even know where to go. I'm gonna keep trying, of course, but you know, maybe we go to a corner. I've never gone to the corners quite, so it could be a good time to check. Also, I would like to know if there's a stable with horses here. In the meantime, I'm gonna ransack some homes. Oh, a special chest. Maybe we get something cool. That is nothing quite special, and also I am not gonna carry the silver. Silver, of course, not only is it a great thing to have in this game, because it's used to buy things. It's used to buy things and to trade and to craft some very special things, which I don't remember. It is also against vampires, so as expected, if you just hold some silver, you get hurt. Sadly, we did not find any horses in that farm, so we are forced to keep wandering by foot. Okay then. An entire first day has gone by and I have done nothing. That is mildly problematic. Another restriction in this game is that you are not allowed to teleport as long as you're holding special things. In this particular setup, those special things are all types of materials, which means you have to return to your own home with materials you farmed in order to use them. It's sort of a PvP protection, so that you cannot simply go somewhere, farm a little bit, and teleport back home magically in one of the many ways. Of course, if you are hosting your own server, or some PvE servers maybe allow this, to teleport with materials. That also allows you to have multiple castles to just jump between them and farm easily. Because, of course, the game has some configurations available, and it's very different to play if the goal is PvP or PvE. So players can then choose better what type of content they want to enjoy. I'm having a problem here where this whole place does not look claimed in the map. So I'm gonna leave it alone because it's scary. But I just don't see the land claim in the map, which is weird. Okay. Well, there's a lively global chat apparently. Is the boss? No, it's just a thief. Okay. They were hurt by something else, not me. But there's usually nothing involved. Okay, we're gonna dodge the wolvies. As you can see, there are enemies anywhere, everywhere, and they may even fight each other. So, is that a place? Of course not. Of course it's not. Everything take. Pretty brutal. I did not expect this level of, I'll call it participation. Could also say competition, I don't know. But of course I'm only used to small things, smaller servers, so did not know what to expect. Okay, there goes that place. Yet another right here. Let's see if I can fucking glow up. Maybe some people will let me know what to expect out of the claimable locations. Even here, all of this is taken. Okay, I'm gonna go north here. See what we can find. This is also taken. Taken. And yeah, that was our guess as well, that people had just claimed some places and then let them go. But it's all fine. We will find our spot. It may just take a little bit of extra time yet. I only have 2 minutes left of anti-PvP. But I guess as long as we don't do anything crazy, we should be fine. We could start with this small area. That is really small. I would not like to limit myself like that. This seems to be a little bit less dense on players, so I will try to explore this, see what we find. I'm guessing I'm going to a super heavy, extra difficult map, so I'm a little bit afraid of what I can find. But maybe because of that very distance, this place is a bit more deserted than others. Or maybe it's so NPC heavy that... Oh my god, yeah, that hurt. Even the horse is... Oh my god. Yeah, that was scary. I'll stick to the side. There's another problem, of course, of being alone, is that if I fall, there's no one there to help me. So that is a little bit difficult. But hey, humanoids are humanoids. If they can be dodged and fought well, they can be killed. It would be ideal. Oh my god, it's also taken. Oh, come on. I'm reaching super far right now.
Hello.
Ah, this speech. But I actually don't know how to talk to others here. Okay, so maybe if we go north this way. I mean, the worst that can happen is, of course, that we get killed and we just teleport somewhere else completely and start over from that location. I would prefer not to have to do that, but hey, we don't always get to choose. There's plenty you can do once you start crafting, or rather building your own base, including planting, including crafting, including processing materials. There's no automation. There are, however, servants that you can use to perform various tasks, but I will get to that way later. I'm trying to examine if any of this looks like a habitable place. I gotta say, it doesn't really look like that. Maybe this corner? Fine, we'll go there. I'm gonna bet that it's quite taken. I did not go in this direction because other than this corner, which is very likely taken, it all looks like it's NPC places. Like this looks like a giant town. in which I will die horribly. Okay. Turns out the start was actually gonna be the hardest part of this whole endeavor. I can easily say that this is not normal. The most likely scenario is that you're able to find a place to be in. I'm gonna mark someone else this time. All of these people are very dangerous. I'm gonna dodge now. I could take that horse. But hey, it's tanking hits for me. I'm gonna gladly accept that help. And it is yet another castle. The absolute brutality that is my current situation. So where can I realistically go? I mean, I could return north. I kinda hate having to run so far. Probably die in the way. These corners could be a place, these corners could be a place. We'll give it a shot. And you know what? That's a good idea. If going north doesn't work, great. This. Oh, damn it. Ah, there we go. That is indeed the end. Okay. So we'll start over. We're already pushing a ridiculous amount of luck. We tried to get on the horse got hit, we got dismounted, and that's how it all went down. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. We gotta start over now. So, hey, same job, let's find out a place where we can be in peace. There's a graveyard here, that's nice. Sun is rising, that is not nice. The thing about graveyards is that they usually cannot shine through the misty fog of doom that they have going. So usually you get to have a few nice kills. So the way the sun damage works is that there is an intensity growing, and after a certain point you start burning. And the way you burn down is not only damage over time, but increasing damage over time. Think of it like fatigue in... maybe we should have eaten that. Like fatigue in Hearthstone. Each time you take that damage, you will take more the next time. But as soon as you get to any shadow, all of it is reset. So you're back in a peaceful situation. Well, that was a bit too much. Trent, we certainly don't want to fight. And yet again, more areas. That's a 50% reach. Will the Trent fight it? Yes, she will. So what we're looking for is the opportunity here to feed on the bear. But I don't know if we get that chance. Faster, 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 faster. Okay, well, we didn't get one shot. That is as good as I can hope for. As you can see, I can only heal 20% of my health. In order to heal further than that, I would need to wait until we're out of combat and use Blood Mend. This will drain my blood capacities, but it is the way to go once you're out of combat. You could also eat potions or some types of food that would also restore your maximum health. But I have none of that, of course. So I have to go with my own bird. Once again, full of castles all the way around. I guess I didn't examine this corner. Don't burn. We also should think about grabbing some new loot from different people. Especially trees, rocks. I'm gonna try to kill bandits in the meantime. These small bandit camp locations usually have a few chests of loot, good sources of thread and paper in particular. That guy is way too high for us right now. Let's see what we find. Taken. I feel like I have to stick to the corners, and even then there's no assurance that I will find my new location. I wonder now if I should have taken that tiny corner that I found once. Is this taken? It is obviously taken. A bit of shame. One cannot help but feel a bit rejected if all positions are taken like this. And what's even worse is we don't know if the players are still playing that own these places, these castles. So we just have to exist with this dilemma. So I see even more castles here. Ah, this castle is ruined. Decaying. What can I actually do to this? So I could break down this wall. That hurt a bit more than what I wanted. But is this the place that we want? And the answer is no, that doesn't seem good. So let's just keep going. After all, it is not the full place that we would get, it's just that corner that that person was carving out for himself. That looks quite evil. I'm gonna avoid it. New teleporter. Let's mark it at least so that we can use it as a revival point in the future. I'm gonna guess that all of these places are taken, but it doesn't hurt to check. This one in particular, or this one, all good possibilities. So I already see even the corner taken. So yeah, taken. Let's move up. See if that one is taken too. Well, the predictions. Wait, day 2000? Is that correct? Maybe I joined a server that has been going on for way too long, and maybe that is my problem. Yeah, I see that castle there. I'm gonna check this. Also taken. Yeah, I did not expect that the day was so advanced. 2000 is quite the number. And yeah, if this is taken, I'm 100% sure that that is taken too. Welcome to the Find Yourself a Plot Simulator 2022. I mean, I would not mind anything in and around these corners of the world. That is still very workable despite the skull rating of these enemies. Those really hurt. Fire arrows extremely effective against vampires, trust me. There's a new way gate there for us to unlock. I would really like to check this corner maybe. Okay. Maybe I can sneak for a mount again. But this time without dying. Look at that. A horse. Okay. Now we're talking. Horses are great in this game. It's very hard to keep up with your horse because you kind of have to mount and dismount way too often. But if it's for random movement like what I'm doing right now, they are just plain amazing. Okay, let's not go that way. That leads to a very hard portion of the map. And I believe it doesn't even have buildable positions. I'm gonna sneak through this way. See that there's yet another castle. Where did we get stuck? We have no clue. Okay, we got it. Taken. Let's continue north and see what happens. All of it taken. At this moment I'm focusing on walking around better, faster, so that I can see easier if there are locations. What is this corner? I don't think I can exit this corner. Let's turn around. It feels like a disconnected portion of the map, maybe? I wonder if that can be repaired. Or maybe that's an expansion area they still haven't added. I guess that makes sense. Right. We were able to take the cool passage. And what we feared. Even the northern reaches corners have been taken. Do I dare to go north? I feel like I will be killed immediately and then we lose everything once again. But where else am I supposed to go? I could check up here. Maybe that's too annoying of a place for people to stay. As we mentioned, NPCs may be fighting each other. Also taken. Even this middle spots. Oh, we got kinda lucky there. This whole area taken as well. Wow. Well, that's not the first stream. That's not how I wanted the first stream to go for this game. But it may be my fault for having joined such an old server, apparently. I may have missed that in the description of the server. Is this gonna be it? Did we find a real spot? No, of course not. I see, it's just a decayed place. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. Okay, it's not decaying, but some... Ah, there it is. Now it's indicating. Oof, that hurt. Do we even deal damage to this? I just want to be left alone. Check the snowy place. I mean, I could go and check, but there are not many buildable places over there. Okay, before I go, I would like to check that northern corner. Maybe one day we'll get to play. I wonder if I could have ordered by age of server or something like this. Maybe I just missed that option. Yeah, I'm doing an extra super thorough check, but yeah, as predicted. Okay, we're gonna do a final expedition in the snowy regions of the world. I guess south makes a bit more sense. At least with the horse, movement has been going quite fast. And look at that, another horse. So someone mentioned the logging camp. If I remember correctly, the logging camp was around here. So I'm gonna check that place. I should have marked it. The night is gonna be a red moon night. I would love to be able to use that night without searching for things. So I think it's that place. Don't burn. That place is taken, nothing new. Alright, that's the logging camp. Let's see what we can find around it. There. Is this the building space? I mean, it's not wrong, there is space here. Okay then. You know what? I would prefer settling in any place. Oh, don't run from me. Come back, blood. I need you. "81% creature." Wow, that came out of nowhere. Well, all taken. So, now it's time to recover. It's time to grind more stone because we do not have enough. And then we'll finally be able to settle down. I'm asking in chat if anyone is interested in teaming up, since for now I'll be solo. As you can see, I'm chasing the shadows, using them to mine from a safe position, because I don't want to burn. And the fun thing is, when you start clearing out places, you kinda make it harder on yourself, because now you've made more sunlight. I find that pretty funny. Okay, Castle Heart, can we do you? Yes. So let's claim a location. I hope I won't regret the random positioning. And finally, 3 places. interact with the heart. Put some of this flame. And voila! We have now 8 hours. 8 hours already. Not even a stack. Wow, brutal. And we can finally build some things. Let's build a few walls. Now we can undo the wall. Then we need a coffin and a little bit more lumber. Did anyone answer? Also not a terrible location now that I think about it. Very decent. And I see that the person from this castle has claimed the whole chain to try to claim this whole area. But maybe we can do our own reservation in not too long. So we build this, we build that. And now claim. Now we begin with the processing. We need a lot more resources for that. Yeah, dying back there, of course sad, but we were already pretty far from home. Any home. Bloody Moon. So, in other games, more famously Terraria, Blood Moon would be, of course, a symbol of death and something you do not want. But now we are on the other side. So what it means is that on Blood Moons you are able to have a few more stats and a bit more speed. Also increases the potency of your current blood, which is great if you have already something good. We may raid this tiny bandit camp. Maybe they have some cool resources from it. Maybe not. The logging camp is in here, so maybe we can get something out there. At least there are some stones. And what you can do in Blood Moons is try to chase for stronger bosses. Something that a challenge that you couldn't complete before. Take advantage of it and get stronger. Because right now we cannot do any of that. We are too poor on materials, resources, crafting gear, basically anything. But I believe there is an easy boss in this location. I will give it a shot. Maybe I'll regret everything. Very smart. I see that neither of us is being the smart one. There we go, Rufus the Foreman. See if we can pull him alone. And he refused. It was a good try though. I mean, in general, I do need to just simply kill humans. I have not enough stuff at home anyway. So it's always good to raid the humans. For their stuff. Okay, Rufus, shall we try again?
Assassin, make it interesting this time.
Well, he does have a ranged weapon. summons is problematic. I don't know if I have the damage to deal with all of this. Okay, that was... That shielding ability was... Oh, come on. That's good. Well, that's a problem. That shield is way too strong. The fact that no one hit me during that counter is quite sad for me. That was a 78% blood, that would have been great to take, but we didn't have the time. Oh good, he's summoning more people. I don't think he expected that.
Start running.
Very good. Very bad. Good. Come on, I can do it.
I'm gonna call you target practice.
Getting close. I'm gonna try to focus him down at this point. And we got it! Alright! So actually there was a boss, and we just decided to go for it. I felt pretty confident even though he was 10 levels above us in gear score. And here's the cool thing. When you kill a boss, there is stuff that you get, especially the first time that you kill a boss. They obviously have some drops, especially Unsullied Hearts, those are pretty good. But in particular, you unlock a new power. And I don't quite remember what this one is. Blood Rage, of course. Blood Rage shields self and allies for a lot of spell power, and then your attack speed increases. Yeah. I remember using this skill quite a bit, so it's gonna be great. And usually it's not just that, you get some more stuff. But yeah, for example, you see now, I'm not even afraid of getting hit because I have a bit of shield. So it's a great idea to take up new skills, test them out, heal them out, see how it goes for you. Cool. So we made good use of the Blood Moon. I got to steal a lot of loot from this whole place. A few more barrels here. Maybe there's something more. Maybe not. We can return to our home. We have plenty more blood. A little bit of stone. I would like a lot more stone though. Blood essence is over here. We have plenty of blood hearts, 8. So if we get to use alchemy on them, I can show you how to get even more blood essence. I guess you're guessing at this point with hearts. But good. We got a kill, we got a boss. We got the loot, and we are back home. It's the most important order of things. So we're gonna plant this, as we need to start processing wood. Process wood. Is that all the wood we have? Yeah, that's pretty bad. Cool thing is you can use abilities in the middle of farming. The damage that you deal to the place is indeed affecting what you get out of it. So right now we enabled us to kill trees a little bit faster. Of course, trees and stones will actually regrow. So if you keep your locations with grow balls uncovered, so you don't build over them, you'll be able to just let them regrow. And while, of course, this is harder with stones because they usually are in rocky areas, there's another thing you can do for trees, and that is planting. We actually got even a pine cone already that would allow us to plant, but for now we are more worried about crafting. There's also the need that I have to secure the location around it. I think I may go for a little bit of claiming right now. Well, of course, after I deal with this. Come on. Yeah, that we cannot block. Time for blood rage. Let's see, we have 30 more possible claiming spots and we can do 16 right now. So I'm basically closing off the area right now for them and claiming it for me. Then I can use these shapes to then form my own castle, of course. But right now I'm missing a lot of stone. So maybe we need to go and raid someplace that has stone specifically. Oh, that's the Alpha Wolf. Oh, that's great. That is one of the first bosses and has a very useful ability, which is wolf form. And it allows you to just simply go faster with a little bit of transformation and blood take. And I made my life harder by removing that shadow. That's gonna be complicated to fight. Okay, the sunlight is getting quite ridiculously in the way. Our new ability is already paying off greatly. This boss is actually the first one in the list, quite easy to get. So I think one of the obvious problems that I'm having is that I joined a duo server as a solo. So finding someone that is also playing solo is gonna take a little bit. Ooh, a wolf den, that's pretty good. Animal resources are also great. I will not neglect. But I'm still missing stone. I seem to remember a mine not too far from here. Is it down here? I forgot to take the horse, dang it. Water, always important. Having a real problem gathering some stone. Should be super simple. Good stuff. Alright, so this is actually one of the most premium locations. I was checking it just for sport, but it does make sense that it is taken. This location is supreme because it's basically close to everything and very good things at it. But the one I got is actually very, very decent. I did not expect that it would fit two places, two castles. That is it. Good chance to kill some humans. I think I could use the blood, so I will be taking the next one. Fighting in the sun, quite problematic. Thank you very much. Ah, yes, of course, we killed a bear, a wolf. So the new thing that you get from the wolf is the wolf form, and wolf form, I will show it right away, allows you to travel a little bit faster after a transformation. It's not the same as having a horse with you. Horses are quite unique in that regard. But it's still very decent. Also lets you transform back very fast. You can even shortcut it. So it's a very decent first boss reward. There you go. I believe there's a way to check. Yeah. There's a way to check what each boss gives you. But we need to craft that thing. Yes, there's an altar of blood. And the altar of blood actually allows you to track bosses as well, which is very useful, of course, because otherwise you would just need to learn by heart where the spots in the map contain bosses. And I believe if we now get to conquer on the left side of our castle. Nice. We're basically securing some area for ourselves. I believe that is it. Yeah. So now the areas are secure. I'm gonna start forming some squares because eventually we want to have rooms. Right, like we can have a room here, a room there. But for now, we claim our loot. We put some new wood in. And let's craft more things. Construct a simple workbench. Simple workbench. Craft it. Interact with it. Increase your gear level. Okay, let's make a reinforced bone. And then we can increase our current armor. Very good. We used to have more blood rose, but I think we lost it on the death. Otherwise we could be crafting this ring. Okay, so the gear is now up. Reinforced bone mace, reinforced bone mace. Why do we have two? Did I already have a second one? I didn't notice. That's pretty bad of me. Okay, I'm gonna put it as my first weapon. And we are ready to go out looking. First of all, claim. Now make the blood altar. Dominance. Blood altar needs stone. I hate my life. Oh, I'm gonna grab this stone. There's a bunch of stone up there. I'm gonna grab it up. And there it is, the thing we wanted to find. We actually found it quite easy. It is time for us to start upgrading, and we can pass from stone to copper. Thanks to us upgrading the mace to tier 2. It's actually 1.5, I think that's the correct description. We are able to mine copper with no problem. And in particular, I think it would be smart, after I gather an initial bid, to go get a real run of copper in the copper mines. Now that I'm level 17, I can do quite a bit more. But having copper weapon would be very helpful. So construct a blood altar. Blood altar. So we missed this person, has a big stash and some power that we don't know. Fine. This is the tannery. Tannery is very good. I think we're gonna try to track this person. Also claim. Research desk. Needs more planks. I have the planks. We should certainly not go out with all of this loot. And I think it could be a good idea. Do we have the special storage already? Yes, we do. Vampire lockbox. Exactly. We're gonna try to put the most important gear, or upgrades or whatever in this unique lockbox that enemy players cannot loot from. The only way to loot from this, I believe, is by me losing the castle entirely, and I doubt that people are gonna waste their efforts on something that doesn't look that appealing, if you ask me. Let's put away some stuff. The gear cannot be lost, so that's not a problem. The water we can give to the horse. I guess stone dust for now. A backup weapon. We can keep the weapon. Nothing bad can happen. And stone dust, honestly, also not a problem. We can also put stuff in here, so nothing to worry about. You know what? We're gonna keep the pine cone and replace the fiber. Fiber does have some use, but it's not that big. We can also put this in here. Great. And voila! We have a functional working existence. So what do we need? Plank, animal hide, stone. Plank, animal hide, and stone. Okay, I thought we may need to refresh this, so I'm bringing in more planks. We are missing 3 more. Waiting patiently until we have 3. Could go out and try to get something quickly, but I don't think it's worth it. Okay. And 3. Oh wait, we already put the resource. My mistake. So this we're done. Great. Okay, finally we don't have enough papers to do any real research. Okay, fine. Upgrade the castle heart and interact with it. It requires leather. And leather we cannot do, of course. Because we need to kill this person. Perfect. It all lines up. So let's go search for this. If you have checked out, every now and then there's this trail of blood that points at random directions. That is actually where the boss location is. So all you need to do is be somewhat accurate and follow it. And you will find the person. I believe this archer is actually patrolling. So it may not be too easy to find her. Remember, I needed blood rose for a ring, so let's take it. And it also seems like it's inside this place. So let's get in. Daytime will come soon, so I would like to find the correct spot, clear out a little bit, and then do whatever fight we need to do. But I made my life pretty hard right now. I wanted to grab everyone except the boss, but apparently I just grabbed everyone. Freeing the wolves actually is working quite fine. They seem to hate each other, and that hurts every time. come on. Ow. Oh, that one hurt. Did not expect that. Oh, come on. That was a long shot. Oh, there's more enemies in here. Damn it. And I have pulled more enemies, and now it's daytime. Oh, pretty brutal. Okay, let's see if we can get to reset the battle. This guy we can kill. We'll actually use him. Even though we have to change blood types, it's a full heal basically. And more. So it was a good catch. Right, so we have spotted the archer. Oh, right there. I don't hate this fighting area.
Winters come early. You better be prepared.
Maybe we liberate the bear. Make her life harder. Nice. So as I said, NPCs hate each other in this game, and hunters and animals do not get along. That was pretty good hit. And by pushing myself between them, making them hit each other like this, making my life a lot easier. There's no kill steal or experience in this game, so there's no penalty for what I'm doing. I even get to loot. And yeah, without their melee pals, archers are less dangerous. The biggest danger that I have right now is stun, which is making my life pretty hard. Oh, come on. And we got it.
Different.
Oh, we started to burn a little bit there. Not that I wanted. Even found some copper ore here. Okay, time to get back home. But I forgot where home is now. Okay. So we exit west, then we go south, and we got it. And I believe as a frost archer, she gives us the frostbite ability. I'm gonna take a little bit of a ranged attack here. Who knows, maybe this playthrough, because I'm alone, maybe I'll go for range melee hybrid. Oh nice, we found the big loot. Ooh, merciless boots. That's great. So okay. Explanation time. Research in this game can happen in two different ways. You can be lucky and find loot, like we just said, or you can accumulate papers and then unlock a random research. I'm gonna burn. Whew. So of course the random research can be only of those things that you don't have yet, which means in the end you can get everything that you wanted. But when you're lucky and you find yourself items before, you get the exact recipe of what you found. So in this particular case, if we get home and I get to research, I got the burning. Hey, I want the rush. I want everything actually. If we get home and we get the research, that upgrade is permanently available to us. And I think that is one of the more permanent type of upgrades you can have in this game. I noticed also that someone has looted my corpse at the other side of the world. So it's good to know that at least the server is active. Alright, so that was a good hunt on the boss. What we're gonna try to do next is to secure our location a little bit more. I think we're gonna get the castle walls, which are the more serious type of walls that we wanted to build. That's the one that allows you to have a roof, for example, against the sun. And once we have at least some stone walls, we'll probably feel safe enough to do whatever it is we do. But first, research. Excellent. And those are actually pretty good boots, so it would be a very smart idea to try to craft that for us. I'm gonna need planks for this, okay? I'm gonna need planks for this. And later on you can actually move all of the things you own very easily, so that's not a problem. Throwing stuff down is potentially just a good idea. So we are now making leather. It's also nighttime, that's great. We also have some new stones for this. We need copper ingot as well. Okay, didn't see that coming. And for a forge we need stone and copper. So stone and copper. Let's put the forge. I know right now we have everything together, but it is what it is. So that's only gonna be 5 copper ingots, and that's not quite what we are looking for. But yeah. There's the amazing button known from Terraria in this game. It's called compulsively count, but what it does is it puts together stuff that you have already stacked in here. So basically stack to chests is also the name that this is known for. Any of this not being really important? Yeah, this wood and this not important. Sword. Let's put that in there. Certainly that. Certainly this. Certainly that. Actually, what is this? And this. Blossom, clay. Okay. So workshop. If I wanted to make the Night Stalker boots, it's leather that we technically have because we're making it, and a bunch of copper ingots. Okay. It seems like our next step will be to go harvest some copper ingots. But I would like to secure some bit of expansion. So what are we gonna do? We can already do the blood press. Good. Give me planks. Give me stone. So the useful thing about the blood press is that you can squeeze the hearts that have been dropping from people to make some currency. There we go. In general, this is what you get, blood essence, but the unsullied hearts, those are the good ones, because they yield greater blood essence, which is basically an important recipe item for many mid to late game stuff. I'm gonna put the plants to safety. Alright. How about we chop some wood? Alright, that should be sufficient. What we are trying to get done here is... Oh, plant fiber also needed? Sure. Is to get some walls going. Minimal walls. Nothing too fancy. And now we need more lumber again. In general, you burn through materials exceedingly fast, so don't feel too bad about building here and there. Even though I'm gonna destroy all of this later on, I need it right now. I want a little bit of safety, so here we are. Let me cancel this too. I'm gonna extend a little bit. Nice. And we need 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Still missing more wood, so let's chop down more wood. The rats that I've been grabbing here and there are actually very, very useful. I just have not been using them yet. Oh my god. That is an enemy. I hope they don't get any interest in the lowly level. And if they do, it's all fine. So yeah, the things that you can do with rats are some form of food, because of course that's exactly what vampires eat. It allows you to regenerate a little bit of health, so you can consider it a healing potion, but if you get hit in combat, the effect is cancelled. So they are better at off-combat healing, but you can use them in combat if you dare. start making a bit of order here. Let's see if we can pull this benches back to safety. It's a bit messy for now, but it's the minimum that we can do for our own security. Now, of course, we can all still get absolutely attacked and destroyed, but you know what? It's not just walking in and destroying me. So I believe it is a good opportunity for me to take a break, make some food, and who knows, maybe we'll catch up later. For now, we are going to sleep. Thank you very much for joining, and see you next time.